Hello everyone. I am just saying that you're not gonna like what you see in this video probably, so you might just give it a thumbs down like my other videos. We're good. I won't take offense to it. Another impromptu, but I've been asked to leave an update on what's been going on with the whole thing with Melissa Schuman, America's sweetheart. And you know what? Things haven't gone the way that I would like them to. Instead of me reaching out to her a month ago, trying to call some sort of truce, it turns out that I do have a couple of updates that are gonna upset a few people. And one of the updates is that, and these are all facts. Now, you can say what you want about me. You can believe what you want about me. I'm a very public person. I don't hide anything. So keep digging on me, crazy person in San Diego. Certified psychopath is in cahoots with Brandon Henschel and Melissa Schuman. Okay? I'm just letting everyone know that this guy thinks that he's exposing me on the internet. Basically, all he's doing is using Google and posting addresses that I actually never lived at and places I never worked at and things like that. So he's getting nowhere. So I'm not too worried about this guy, but what bothers me is the fact that the tide is kind of turning. The anger's not really there with Melissa. And I'm going to say that, like, the anger's really not there with Melissa so much, because now I'm finding out that the more deeper you look, the more that it's actually her husband, Brandon Henschel. Brandon Henschel has been behind this the whole time. And unfortunately, I didn't listen. Someone came out of the woodwork 6 weeks ago and said, "You don't know me, but I have to tell you something." I said, "What?" She goes, "Marissa, the husband is way worse than Melissa will ever be. This is all the husband, and you're not looking into the husband." I'm like, no, we're going to get Melissa. We're going to get Melissa. We're going to out her. Now, today, and the reason which prompted this video right here was because some of the Backstreet Boys fans are getting it a little twisted right now. And we'll talk about that in a second. We'll talk about the little Backstreet Boys fans getting twisted. Brandon is the actual poison. Brandon Henschel and his wife claim to be these God-fearing, loving Christians. Now, they are in a close relationship with a man with several mental disorders, a criminal past, named James Hartline. And you can all Google this. You can go look at his channel. All he's doing is trying to actually get me more likes and subscribers and blah, blah, blah. But you will be scared when you start reading his stuff and you see him talking about his illnesses, how he's dying of AIDS, but what's more demented is he's formerly gay and now he's anti-gay. But Melissa and her husband, Brandon Henschel from Lip Sync Battle, okay? And that's all he's got going for him right now because he's getting a little old and Melissa ain't working. Well, they're in cahoots. So the crazy guy's psycho, okay? And sorry, I hate that I do this, but I just call him AIDS. So if I just say AIDS, I'm talking about that guy, James Hartline, okay? Whew. Try and sit through a video of his. I mean, he is just, and it's all over the place, all over. If you Google him, there's articles about him. There's interviews about him on TV, 700 Club, of his criminal past, and this is who the Henschels bring over to their home, and they are aligning themselves with this anti-gay activist, okay? Brandon Henschel's a backup dancer. Everyone knows that professional cheerleaders that are males and professional dancers are mainly, usually, homosexual men. How are you gonna... It's kind of like men being hairstyles. All right, I'll tell you what. I noticed when I was in Hollywood, just with my experience, and I'm just talking about myself, when I did reality shows and things like that, when I did documentaries, listen, you know what? I'll tell you what. I'll tell you the truth. I noticed that every woman that was a cinematographer, they are always lesbians. And it's hysterical because it's often known. So I don't even think about things like that because James Hartline wants to say, oh, she was on Wife Swap. She had a gay nanny. We loved Princess. Everyone loves Princess. My son is amazing. My son is perfect. My son is beautiful, healthy, perfect, so smart. So I am just going to say that the company that you keep, Henschels, Schuman, you have to remember that that follows you. And he put it out there. He's also saying that you're brutally raped. You were never brutally raped, okay? So it gets a little better. I mean, this guy's background is just fiercely annoying, but fiercely demented. And I'm just like, I don't want to hear anything. I don't want to hear anything. I told the girls, I don't care. I don't care what he says. If he says that I'm a troll, that's fine. If he says that I'm just that I came from outer space, I don't care. All right, listen. Let's get back to the main point of this, okay? Today, there was a Backstreet Boys fan that inboxed me and said she had been hearing about blah, 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 and Backstreet Boys fans personally felt attacked by me. Okay, I'll tell you why they felt personally attacked by me. It's because none of your friggin' business, but I'll tell you anyway. Right when I went private on Twitter, which is totally against everything that I stand for, guess what happens? Follower request from Nick Carter. Okay? Now, it's none of your friggin' business what we talked about, but I will tell you that I said what I needed to say about him. And I will do whatever he asks me to do. So I have not lost respect for him. I have not reached out to him at all. He reached out to me. Simultaneously, he put up a song called Thank You while I was, while me and him were in some sort of conversation or whatever. I'll let you imagine. I said what I had to say, and I felt really good when it was over because I felt like what I was doing was helping. Same thing with Scott Baio. If I can help just a little bit and it goes against my friend, I'm going to do the right thing. If I have to write a witness report to what I heard, so long as it's honest, if it's the truth, I am not here to bash other people. I'm not trying to, quote unquote, destroy Melissa Schuman, Henschel. I'm not here to destroy them or make Brandon Henschel lose his jobs or whatever. The goal, and I'm talking to you Backstreet Boy fans, the goal was to discredit Melissa Schuman's accusation against Nick Carter. No one ever thought Go back to my very first video, an open letter to Melissa Schuman. Go back to that. No one thought that we would be here today at this point. At least I didn't. After my little exchange with Nick or whatever, I felt so much better. I felt like everything that I have been doing in little ways have been helping Scott Baio, have been helping the thing with Nick Carter, but it's not to destroy another person like Melissa Schuman. Because when I see, and I use my brain and my common sense, that Melissa is at a point where she's very, very, very desperate. I know a lot of things about her that I'm not going to divulge in this video. I know a lot. I know that she and her husband are having problems in that house because of me, okay? For a fact, I am their biggest nightmare. And you know what? This whole thing could have been avoided had you just never did this out of desperation. Now, I had said something earlier on Twitter where I said, my character is actually more important to me than my image. And I stick by that. And the reason why, oh, you hear the baby? The reason why I say that is because I've been a bad person and I've made mistakes. I've owned up to them. And then when I realized, you know what? Things aren't going the way that I thought that my life was going to go. Things are just, you know what? I'm just not going to mess with people. I'm going to just be a good friggin' person, and I'm going to let karma deal with people. And when I get that feeling like someone's around me and they make me feel icky, I'm just going to walk away slowly. I've been doing that for a few years. And guess what? The blessings come in abundance. I'm telling you, when you're a good person, you get blessed. You try to help people. You know what? Sometimes they screw you over, sometimes they don't. But it's a lesson in life. So, back to Nick Carter. So Nick Carter goes and posts a song on his Twitter. And he says, it's public, he goes, sometimes all you need is a song. And I had forgotten all about that song. And I listened to it and I'm just like, that was cool of him. That was very, very cool of him. But then all the Backstreet Boys fans start coming in, saying, oh, Nick, we just love you so much. We always have your back. Excuse me? Excuse me? No, no, no. This is where it gets a little fun, okay? This is where I get pissed off. I'm going to get pissed off again. You want to get me fucking going? This is the way to get me going, okay? Nick Carter could not talk about all this bullshit with this girl, okay? So, same thing like Nick Carter, just, you know, not talking about it. Here's Melissa Schuman, me too, me too, me too, all day long. Her subscribers, all this bullshit is going down. Everything's going down for her. She's desperate. Desperate for attention, someone to listen to her. But that ship has sailed because she's been discredited by me and about 20 other girls. Now, I want to say something, Backstreet Boy fans, and you better listen the frig up, okay? It is not a group for Backstreet Boy fans. It's a group of women that are very, very smart, that are nurses, doctors, lawyers. Jacob, my sweetie, I'm doing the video. Can you go upstairs and close your door, or are you getting something to eat? Okay, go ahead. All right, I'll keep it here. So, all right, my son's downstairs, so I'm gonna have to keep it down. Okay. So this is the thing, and I'm not starting this video over. I do one shot, so if you don't like it, and I don't edit anything. So anyway, listen up, Backstreet Boys fans. Don't say that you've had his back the whole time. Because you haven't, okay? So I guess there's a website or a club called What Happens on the Back Street. And I guess it's ran by a girl named Sarah. Well, Sarah, I'm going to let you know something. Because I'm going to tell Nick Carter that you kind of suck, okay? Not only did Amy Wixon, the one that was in cahoots with the girl that was running the scam for those VIP. Yeah, Amy, stop telling people that you know me. You met me one time to drop off my pugs. She dropped pugs off at my house in Vegas. She drove them from California to Vegas. She picked up the pugs for me, and I went to a Twilight movie because she had a hookup at a VIP place. So she's got hookups at a movie theater at Texas Station in Vegas, and it was a VIP thing, and it was super cool. But she claimed to be so tight with AJ, and the way she was talking, I mean, the girl was like 350 pounds, and the girl was like really gross in the face. Her teeth were like yellow, and she looked like she had eaten a bag of pretzels and didn't brush her teeth, and I never hung out with her again. And for like, I was polite to this Amy Wixon girl, and I would never be seen with her again because she was just so sloppy. And she talks about AJ like, oh my God, me and AJ are just so tight. Me and AJ are just so tight. And I'm like, no. I'm thinking, I don't think so. I don't think so. Well, it turns out that another girl that knew her very well, well, like, we went backstage and none of them knew her. They didn't treat us any better. And here I am thinking that she was like, you know, the bee's knees. All right, well, guess what, Backstreet Boys fans? Revel in this. These 20 girls, all right, who all want to be anonymous, that joined my little His Side too. Yes, it's a private club. I know a lot of you are trying to join, but it's a little too late. And this is why I'm pissed off. How dare you say that you had your back when the whole time, okay, the whole time you were following Sarah's little What Happens on the Back Street and her holier than thou stuff about, no, don't tag Melissa in anything. She's barking orders to everyone, bow down and not say anything about the whole Nick Carter, Melissa Schuman thing because it's going to make them look bad. Oh, hell no. Nobody bows. I didn't join no fan club, okay? And my whole thing was, I'm going to set the record straight. That was my goal from the beginning. And I told Nick, I would never watch you go down in flames like that. So that's why I started that little group. And it was small. And I've kicked girls out. Okay? And a lot of them, a couple of them are not even really into it. It's the purpose. It's the principle. So how dare you sit there and respond to him and be like, oh, we've had your back all along. Screw you. Okay? And you know what? I'm going to tell Nick Carter, next time I talk to him, you know what? Those little Backstreet Boys fans, they backed off. They actually told me privately, we just felt like oh, forgive us, Marissa, please let me in. We thought his lawyers would handle it. We thought that if we ignored it, she would just go away. You don't make problems you don't let problems don't go away by themselves, okay? When a bill comes to your house, you have to pay for it. If you don't pay that bill, it goes to collections and then they hound you. That's how problems go away. You pay it off and then you go, okay? Did you really think for a second that Nick Carter was gonna give in to some payout to Melissa Schuman? Hell no. She wanted money for her house? Hell no. And if he gave her money, I would have freaked the frig out. I would have flipped out. But I knew that he wouldn't. Now, problems don't go away by themselves. Sometimes you got to be a little proactive. And another girl, Timmy, said, but Marissa, we just thought karma would get her. Please let me in the club, please. And I'm like, no. Karma, sometimes it needs a little kick. Now, I am not the karma cupid, but there is one, okay? Me, I felt like everything that I've wanted to accomplish with this whole Nick Carter thing, I've already achieved my goals. I've got Melissa and her husband completely crazy. And I have nothing to lose. I have zero to lose. There's nothing that you can possibly say or do to me that is going to affect me. There's nothing. There's nothing. And I am very confident that I have done the right thing. I don't want anything from Backstreet Boys. I don't want anything from Nick Carter. I want nothing. All I ever wanted was for Melissa to say, you know what? I messed up. Now, I'm finding out about what really happened in that apartment from people that were actually there. I'm not going to get too much into it, but I think that I have a really good understanding of what happened in that apartment. And Melissa is trying so hard to reach out to ex-girlfriends and Nick's friend that was there. And he's just like, no, this is what I saw, and I'm not gonna lie for you. I'm not gonna lie for you. Because Melissa apparently is looking to do a book, and a book tour is her last resort. Well, you did a blog and it was terrible, and everyone, and it's not just me, has exposed. Now, you want to sick The Walking Dead on me. That's fine. You want to put that zombie on me. That's fine, baby. I can handle it. I can handle it. He's not posting anything about me that I haven't posted myself. You can sick The Walking Dead on me. That's fine. I'm a head chopper. Let's go. Let's go. I can handle myself. I watch The Walking Dead. I know to aim for the head. But this guy's so psycho that I think that if you even came at him with a freaking axe or a sword, I don't think nothing would happen. I think he'd still be chomping away and complaining about everything that's wrong with his life and how much he hates gay people and how much he hates the world. And you know what? God hates you. And I said it the other day. God hates her. And you know what? It's Christians like Melissa and her stupid husband and this Walker guy that give Christians and all that a bad name. I don't like that. I don't like that. I was raised Catholic. I don't like that. And a lot of it now it like brings up the wife swap stuff. Like, no, you're not winning on this. And you know what? Give it up, because you won't admit defeat, okay? You won't admit defeat, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine with you not admitting defeat. And you're going to keep on going with your Me Too. Well, guess what? Me Too, they don't want anything to do with Melissa Schuman. They think she's a liar. So, like I said, I feel like I have accomplished everything that I've wanted and then some. I found out more than I ever thought that I would. And does it make me feel good to know that there's all this cattiness and talking around and blah, blah, blah? No, that doesn't make me feel good. It's a little stressful. But in the end, this whole his side too, I'm actually helping people. And it's worth it. It really is worth it. If I can help Scott Baio, if I can help Nick Carter or the next guy that comes along, that's fine. And you know what? I know that there's a lot of guys that subscribe to my channel and they leave great comments. You know what? I'll tell you what. My drum instructor the other night told me that he was like, I love that you do that whole his side too thing. He was like, because I have so much to lose. He goes, it's my worst nightmare to ever be called like some girl to just do me wrong and call the cops on me and say I raped her. And I said, well, you know what? I know the laws. I know how it goes. And this train with the Me Too is dissolving. And it's because of people like Melissa. And because of people like Nicole. And like I said, no one's helping Melissa. But what's most disheartening to me is the fact that when Nick Carter needed people the most, they all turned his back on him. I don't like that. And for all his fans to say, oh, he's been through so much. His dad passed away, his sister passed away, and he's got the history with this and this and this and this. Everyone has a history. We're not Melissa Schuman where our whole lives were absolutely perfect, you know? We're not, Kourtney Kardashian where everything's just like perfect. No, we're not perfect. Everybody has their thing. And Nick Carter, the last thing in the world that he needed was this crap right at the peak of his happiness with that little baby. And what's really fucked up is the fact that, I didn't say that. He didn't hear that. What's really messed up is the fact that his little boy is still little. He should be enjoying his Thanksgiving with his baby. He should be enjoying Christmas and all that stuff with his baby. He shouldn't have this stuff emblazoned on his mind. Same like Scott Baio and his little daughter. They shouldn't be spending the holidays worrying about this crap. And Scott Baio shouldn't be going broke, paying multiple lawyers to save his reputation and his name. That's not cool, okay? Just because these girls are broke and don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, that's not okay. That's not okay. So don't call me rape shamer, victim shamer. Don't call me any of those. I'm a lying bitch shamer. That's what I am. Don't do it. Don't do it. There are going to be repercussions. If you are raped, you say something then, okay? I never defended Bill Cosby. I never defended Harvey Weinstein. Hell no. Are you insane? When you got 50 women that have similar friggin' stories that know nothing about what's going on with the other women, that means you're pretty much guilty. Bill Cosby got away with that, okay? And now his daughter just died. Karma, okay? It's a terrible thing to lose your child. His second, by the way. You know what? He's not a good person. Harvey Weinstein loses in everything because he's not a good person. When you're a good person, things start changing. When you decide that you're going to change your life gets better. But when you got that rotten core and you got that rotten soul, things don't. But back to these little Backstreet Boys fans. You don't get to sit there and say, oh, yes, Nick, we've been there for you all along. Screw you. You have not. All you had to do was retweet and like. Just retweet the stuff that we had sent out to all of those magazines, all of those journalists, and they were endless. We sent those links, the blogs and everything, to every talk show host, every friggin' newspaper. Even Perez Hilton was liking all the stuff that we had. Okay? He's done a little turnaround. And no one really wants to deal with the Melissa thing because it's looking pretty bad. And now, tides are turning with the whole Me Too thing. Everyone's really getting turned off. So now, everyone's kind of coming over to my side. You know what? It's a little too late. You don't get to come over to my side, especially with Nick Carter, now that me and my girls, and I'm just saying my girls only because I'm the admin of that group, and only because I'm the one that makes the videos, because they won't do it themselves. Okay? They won't make them. So, this is not all my words. This is not my thing. This is a lot of girls who deserve a lot of credit. And for Nick to put up that post that says thank you. And it was very simple. Take it the way you want. But you know what, girls? The little Backstreet Boys fans that are watching? And I'm not going to tweet this out to you, but it'll get into your hands. You little life on the back street, what happens on the back street? You did nothing. You made it harder, Miss Sarah Taylor, or whatever your name is. You made it a little bit harder for Nick Carter. I think that every single one of those Backstreet Boys fans should turn on you, Sarah. That's the one. They should turn on you because you told all them and you made demands that they don't retweet, hashtag, nothing about Sarah. Don't bring it up because it'll all just go away. No, bitch. Things don't just go away. And it was because of me and my girls that we've gotten to this point now, okay? I have a sense, and I'm just going to say, and quote me as I have a sense of where things have gone with the report. So, Melissa Schuman is a dead issue. But we do have a little score to settle with the husband. And it's getting good. And the reason, and everyone's like, where? And it's dudes. It's other male dancers that have worked with him that are saying, where is the video on Brandon Hansel? You said you were going to make it. You're going to make it. And I'm like, I'm still waiting. I'm not trying to like hurt the guy's career. I know he's dying. He's upset. Well, he's concerned that he's not going to get next season's lip sync battle. That's not up to me. I don't make your contract. I'm not a producer. I'm not executive producer. I'm not your agent. Whatever you've done to people around Hollywood and the bridges that you have burned, didn't you go work for Britney Spears? Oh, because you know what? I should make a call to Freddie. Freddie was with Britney. I think you guys worked together. I haven't talked to him in a while. And he used to tell me a lot about working with Britney Spears. That's really interesting. And I just thought about that just now. I can get some info out of him. It's been a while since I talked to him, but I did talk to his brother. I actually, yeah, and Q, believe it or not, rest his soul. I can't believe he passed away. But, yeah. The problem with Melissa and her husband is they are a little flaky. They are a little not so smart, not so educated. And that's okay. Nothing to be ashamed of. But when you start messing with people, okay, make sure that the people that you mess with aren't smarter than you and don't have better resources than you. And make sure you have the truth behind you. Because if all you have is lies, then baby, you really don't have anything. And you know what? Melissa, whatever you tried to do to Nick Carter, I think he is going to come out of this completely unscathed. All you had to do was apologize to him and the rest of the Backstreet Boys, and you never did. And I told you you should have. I told you to stop. I told you to do it multiple times, and you never did. You should have stopped this a long time ago. And some girl had said to me 6 weeks ago, I don't remember who it was because there's so many people that feed me information. Oh, by the way, and I know that you went to an attorney about me, and I know what happened. I know about that. You wanted to send a cease and desist for me to stop making the videos and stuff like that because it's slander. Slander, my dear, is when it's untrue. That's slander. Okay? So, and it's really hard to prove a case in slander. And plus, you need money to hire an attorney. And no one's willing to work for you pro bono because we know you're right. So, there's something worse. When you send someone a cease and desist letter, and I know you're not smart enough to know this, is you are impugning on the rights of their First Amendment on a person. So in turn, that can actually backfire. And when an attorney or whomever sends out the cease and desist, they're hoping that the person they're sending it to is just gonna get scared by the letter and see that it's from an attorney and be like, oh my God, all right, I'll take it down. Oh, okay, I'll stop, and they'll get scared. But they're hoping that that person is stupid. Guess what? I didn't get here because I'm stupid, okay?